Light off. Light on. Hey guys, welcome. Why is my white balance all weirded? Okay, now we're good. So I guess it takes a while to get where it needs to be. Welcome back to the channel. This is Renoy from OC Imaging, and I have been trying to do this live stream all day. I don't know why. The powers that may be did not want me to do this live, but I'm now able to do the live and properly do the live. And if you're here, thank you so much for joining. As always, and as I said before, this is Renoy from OC Imaging, and I need to stop looking at the monitor and look into the lens. Look at you guys. I'm about to edit a few images that I took yesterday. I went to Harmon Beach Park and I shot a few photos, and I really mean a few photos, with Dane Studios Nikon D750, and I use a Nikon D7000 to shoot photos, and I'm telling you that there was a gigantic difference. Like, I enjoy using light, but I think I enjoy using light or artificial light so much for photography or in photography because I the D7000 is a crop sensor camera. The D750 is a full frame. Some of my favorite images is, well, one particular image which was natural lighting. That was like my favorite image, and at this point I'm not even sure that I want to edit that particular image, but let's see how it goes. So I'm now gonna be heading to the editor, and I'm gonna be just doing a few retouches, maybe just a few corrections on some of these photos. So thank you so much for clicking on my link, clicking on my live, and let's get to it. At some point soon, we're gonna get to it. So here we go. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is to walk you guys through a few of the images that I took, and these have not been color corrected or anything. Well, at least some of them have not been color corrected, because for this one you can see that her face is kind of on the orangey side. Uh, has to do with a bit of makeup as well, but this definitely has to do with the preset that I added on there last night when I was just scanning through the images. And my softbox, my new ArtDNA softbox that's showing in the image is definitely not something that should be worried about. That's easy to remove. Plus, I will more than likely crop this image to 4:5, which of course will allow me to be able to move this where I desire, and also I will be able to remove the softbox when I get into Photoshop as well. So that's not really a worry of mine. So like I said, I'm just going through a few other images that I consider to be some of the better images from the quick shoot, and this is, yeah, this is one of the better ones, and this is after I did a little bit of editing to it, nothing over the top. This is before, this is after. That little gentleman in the back is gone. This is an image that I may touch. This is one that I will retouch. So yeah, I got a few nice images here of the twins yesterday, and let me just go ahead and show you the one that's definitely my favorite. This one right here. I have done no retouch on this. I've just added a preset that I did, and everything to me just looks wonderful. Maybe I do need to do some retouching on this, but it's not something that I will absolutely do. And you can see that it's fairly sharp as well. And these were taken with, as I said, the Nikon D750 and the 85 millimeter lens. All right, so I'm gonna go back and find the image that I'm gonna be editing tonight. And I'm gonna get to it. There's definitely something going on with my laptop. Right now it's moving very slow. But I'm gonna go ahead. Why does it look like she's not looking in? So she's definitely looking into the camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this particular image. So I'm gonna give you guys back some music and I'll just get to my thing. One thing I will say about these images and this shoot in general is that I normally, or I used to say, I'm not going full frame. There's no need to go full frame. And really, there are professionals who do photography and use crop sensor cameras. But if you know and you have the experience, you know that there's going to be a difference. So it's not that you can't use crop sensor cameras to do professional work, which I'm doing right now. However, there is though a difference in image quality and sharpness, which is something that I love so much. So yeah, I just had to say that. I just had to put that in there. Getting back to the editing. Alrighty, so I finished the spot. Well, have I? I just remembered those people in the back. Let me just deselect right here. So this is the outcome of the spot removal. You can definitely see a difference. Well, I can. And in all honesty, there's not a lot more that needs to be done to the photo. Now here I'm gonna go ahead and just put a circle around these two people. I'm gonna go ahead and try the content aware fill and see what that does. See if it does a good job in removing that person from the background. Yeah, it's pretty good. Going ahead to do the other person. Probably should have done both of them at once, but that's okay. And I also didn't have to do this because they're so the bokeh, sorry, they're so blurred out right now that it's really not that big of a deal to have them taken out of the photo, but I want them out. So Rennie gets what Rennie wants. So when I was zoomed in just now, you could definitely see that it wasn't done all that great. But when you're zoomed out now, it's not that big of a deal. And once again, the background is blurred. So it's all right to me. So I'm putting the radius at 9 because I edited another one of this image today, another one of these images, and I did 8 for the radius, and it was okay. It could have been a little bit more or a higher radius, but it didn't do anything crazy to it. So I think I'm gonna put it at 9. I think 9 might just be that sweet spot to get the type of the level of frequency separation that I want, or the type of retouching that I want to have on all my images. can already tell that this is going to be one of those edits that I'm really going to like, because even though it might not look like it's having a big effect, once you turn off that frequency separation layer and turn it back on, you see the difference that it's creating. And yeah, that's definitely what I go for. The more natural look. The more natural look. And if it is that with the new camera that I'm getting, it's gonna be, well, I have no doubt that it's gonna be this good as the Nikon D750 image quality wise. If that is the case, you know, it's not impossible that a lot of images that I retouch now, when I take similar images to those in the future, I may not do retouching. I may do spot removal, but not necessarily retouching. And in reality, not all photos actually need retouching. But at the end of the day, it's what the client wants as well. So all of that has to be taken into consideration as well. But for like my personal shoots, if the image is that good, not necessarily gonna do any retouching on it. I want to get to a point where my straight out of camera images are as good as my edited images. Now, the only thing that I would do to this image would be retake it. Why I say this is because, as you saw from one of the images before, the softbox was actually quite high. So majority of the light is actually hitting her face, which is why, along with makeup, is why her face has a lighter tone than what's on the lower half of her body, or the lower portion of her body. While it's not that big of a deal, this is something that I would have liked to see, or be able to see before or when I take that initial shot, and be able to make my adjustments. But as I said before, photography is something that, you know, you start learning and then you're just continuously learning. So this is something that I'm gonna just have to learn and apply to shoots going forward. Just watch how the light is affecting different parts of the body, because when you come into editing, that's when things are gonna look a bit weird, because now her skin, her chest, and her arms have a completely different tone compared to her face. But still a nice image. All right, so that was a quick edit of this image, or one of these images that I got yesterday. Um, the fact that everything was so well done, in my opinion, the fact that with the Nikon D750, I was able to get such a sharp image. There was really not a lot that I needed to do in Photoshop. Mind you, I'm still not doing dodging and burning, but there really wasn't a lot that I needed to do to this particular image to get it to a point where I'm happy with it. But yeah, that was my quick editing session with this particular image. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw, and look forward to seeing this image on my Instagram page. Of course, that is OC Imaging. I also have my Instagram page, OC Product Shots. Yeah, just be on the lookout for these images in the next few weeks. Because of how I post, these images will not be going up anytime soon. So once again, this is Renoy from OC Imaging. Wanted to thank you so much for watching my video here, or my live. It is quite late. Wow, it's 1 minute to 12 a.m. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember to live, love, and laugh. Peace out. So if I do this hand thing, I'm still gonna be there because I'm gonna need my right hand to grab my mouse to do the transition. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Live, love, and laugh. Left hand, peace out.